Behind me is the brand new Tranquil Bloom. And this seed is currently the rarest seed in the game right now with 1% chance of acquiring. As you guys can see, they are pretty tiny. Like this one here is small. But I can grow these massive. But my goal here is to grow the rarest and biggest Tranquil Bloom in the game. We are going to do this by a step-by-step process. Step 1, get big Tranquil Blossoms. But before that, let's call in a few friends. And by friends, I mean these cute Mooncats. So here is the strategy, guys. To grow the biggest Tranquil Bloom, I'm going to deploy our cats into the battlefield. And if you guys didn't know, with these Mooncats, every 60 minutes they fall asleep. And each tree in that perimeter will grow 1.53 times larger. These cats are ready in 20 seconds. My game plan, move the tree to where they are and quickly grow all. And hopefully we get some big boys. We're going to hope they fall asleep close to each other. Like these two will be perfect. All right, there's 2 falling asleep here. And then we put our sprinklers down. Every single one. We're going to go to the grow all. We're going to grow everything. And then we should get some big boys. Oh, there we go. Here's a big boy. We've got 2 big boys. Okay, let me just favorite this one. These ones I'm going to collect because they're not that big. I'm sure we can grow something just a little bit bigger. Look how big this is, guys. These grow massive. Considering how small it was that I showed you guys before, let's get a bigger one. One more bigger one, I think. These 2 fall asleep. Yes. Trowel. Perfect. All right, we've got basic sprinkler, godly sprinkler, master sprinkler. And let's grow all. Big boy. Oh, we grew an even bigger one. I thought this one was big. Look at this one. It's so big. It covers the garden next to us. Oh my days. Now we've pretty much managed to grow the biggest one. I can't even... Okay, wait. I've glitched myself out. If I click garden, I glitch myself out. Guys, I cannot click garden. Look what happens. I get squashed. I'm stuck forever. I'm going to move it somewhere so that it's easier to move around and navigate because this is a bit ridiculous. Let's put it here. There we go. Here's our 2 big boys. Okay. Cats, thank you very much for your help. Now that we've completed this, step 2 is to get the golden mutation. So let's go and do that. In order to get the golden mutation, we need our dragonflies to come out. We've deployed our dragonfly. Now with our dragonfly, every 3 minutes, it will turn a random fruit in our entire garden gold. This might take a while for us to do, but we need to do it. To help us make this easier, guys, I've got octopuses. Now that we've got our dragonflies out, it's time to wait for each one to become golden. So I'm going to step away for like an hour or so. We'll come back and hopefully these are golden. Okay, guys, our Tranquil Bloom has gotten golden mutations. Now, if I unfavorite these, we could see that currently this one has gold Tranquil, this one is gold wet, and this one is gold and Tranquil. Now we go to our next step. And guys, it gets a little bit crazier on around the 5th or 6th step. It's going to be a bit insane. So make sure you guys stick around. All right, let's take away our dragonfly now. The next pet we are bringing out for mutations is our trusty old Disco Bee. If you guys didn't know, the Disco Bee gives around 125 times the value of the fruit, which is a lot. The Disco mutation is probably one of the best mutations in the entire game, so we definitely need those. Let's go deploy our Disco Bees. Let's hope for our Tranquil Blooms to get a Disco mutation. This is going to make it worth so much more. As you guys can see, the normal Disco Bee takes around 13 to 14 minutes, and they literally just applied it to this one. Holy! Let's go! All right, maybe Octopus is being sus on it. Guys, sorry about that. Okay, we've got our first Disco mutated Tranquil Bloom. I am very thankful as well because with the help of our octopuses, they'll be able to copy the Disco mutation a lot quicker. Okay, now we just need the other two to be able to get it, and then we'll move on to the next step. But this might take a long time. This will take probably another hour or two until it succeeds, because if you look at the Disco Bee, they only have a 20% chance of getting Disco. We just have to wait. We have to be patient. I hate being patient. If you guys want to support me as well, remember to use start code Vinduli. Alright guys, we are back. As you can see, all of our Tranquil Bloom now are Disco mutated. Dude, this is crazy. My eyes hurt looking at this. Alright, this one here has gold, Windstruck, Disco, and wet. The middle one has, gold, shocked, Tranquil, and Disco. Perfect. Gold, shocked, Tranquil, Disco, and wet. This is perfect, guys, because we are trying to get 5 mutations on each of these blooms. Why? That's for the next method. So, we're going to send our Disco Bees home and send out the next batch of cooked owl. Let's get these boys out here. The cooked owl, basically every 12 minutes, they have a 16% chance to cook a nearby fruit, giving it a burnt or cooked mutation. So, until then, we have to wait it out. So, guys, now looking at our Tranquil Bloom, each one has 5 mutations. So, this one here has gold, burnt, Tranquil, Disco, wet. This one here also has 5. This one is also 5 gold, Windstruck, Tranquil, Frozen, Disco. This one here is gold, burnt, Tranquil, Disco, wet. Now is the fun part. In my hand is a golden butterfly. It is a pretty big butterfly as well compared to the normal size. Let me put this one down and I'll explain to you guys. So every 2 minutes, this butterfly will go to a random fruit with 5 mutations and reset all of the mutations, but give it one of the best mutations in the game. So all of these Tranquil Blooms that we've worked hard to get mutations on, they're being wiped. I'm going to go around my garden to favorite everything, so that way target's the right one. Okay, let's let the butterfly do its magic. I went through a lot of my garden and I just picked up everything. So they should just target my Tranquil Blooms now. Okay, it is currently frost right now, guys. Hopefully we can start to see rainbow on our Tranquil soon. Still going through our cherry blossom, man. What the hell? It looks like it's not working. I think it has to be more than 5 mutations. So I've got in my hand an amber spray, which I'm going to spray onto each one to give them that 6th mutation. Okay, now each one of our Tranquil Blooms have over 5 mutations now. The butterfly, it says here 5+ mutations. There we go. Okay, it's working. We got our first rainbow. All right, our next rainbow. There we go. Our 4th rainbow. Now that we've got every single Tranquil Bloom to rainbow, as you guys can see here, rainbow, it is time to get the mutations restarted. To make it a bit easier, I'm going to get sprays. We're going to start with that, the easiest one to get. Let's head over to the crafting bench and buy 4 chocolate mutations, 4 chilled spray, and 4 shocked spray. This will set us up really, really nicely. All right, guys. As you guys can see from my inventory down here, we've just purchased 4 sprays each. Let's go and spray these bad boys. 1. Oh, look at that. 2, 3, and the 4th one is back here. I also have the magnifying glass, which I do want to use now, but I want to keep the suspense for a little bit later. But you know what? Let's just do it on 1. Oh! Just rainbow and shock on this Tranquil Bloom is 30 billion shekels. You know what? Let's get this one as well. This is 22 bill. And we also have one more back here. 24 billion shekels. Now, guys, the 30 billion shekels is this big, gigantic one here. And this other one hidden in between is 16 billion shekels. Now, guys, can you imagine how much more this would increase with more mutations? This is just 2 mutations, by the way. So, let's spray our chalk on this. 30 billion turns into... What about this one? 16 billion goes up to 17. 22 billion stays at 22 billion. And the one in the back here, 24 to 24. We still have the chilled spray as well, which I'm going to go apply to this one. 30 billion turns into... Man, this spray is garbage. Okay, we also have 4 amber, 30.7 billion. 33, nice. 17 turns to 18. This is 22 billion. 24 billion. 24 billion turns into 26 billion. So guys, so far we've got 4. Oh, this one has 5 mutations, but majority of them have 4. Oh, dude, it's stinky in here. Ugh. Now, our next pets are going to be the pets that help mutations. So we've got this Scarlet Macaw, which we're going to put down. We've got Cooked Owl. And we also have 1 chicken zombie as well. Now, just to let you guys know, our Scarlet Macaw gives our plants the Verdant mutation, which is only 5 times, but still a bit, still a lot. Next is our Cooked Owl, which has a chance of giving a Burnt mutation, which is 4 times the value. Or Cooked, the one that we're hoping for, is 10 times. And then our little zombie boy, Danny, over here, gives a 21% chance to have Zombified. And boy, 25 times if the fruit becomes Zombified. The best one is our Disco Bee. Let me just find this bad boy. And here he is, our Disco Bee. Every 15 seconds, there is an 84% chance of a Disco mutation. With 80%, it still failed. That's crazy. Okay, guys, it is currently 4:30 a.m. here. I really need to go sleep, but I'm going to leave my PC on. Hopefully, we get every mutation on these Tranquil Blooms. I'm going to go to sleep now, and I will catch you guys in the morning. All right, good morning, guys. And holy moly, do I have something crazy for you guys. This is our Tranquil Bloom, and it's got a lot of mutations. We've got Rainbow, Burnt, Shocked, Chalk, Amber, Zombified, Frozen, Verdant, and Disco. This is 82 billion shekels right now. And look, that's not even the most expensive one. Behind it is this one here. Additional to this, it's got the Paradisal and Tranquil and Corrupt mutation, bringing it to 89 million shekels. And holy moly, this looks crazy. So all of our Tranquil Blooms are looking pretty good now. Even this one here, 98 billion shekels, almost 100 billion. Now, the difference between this one and the previous one is it's got the Sandy mutation as well. I think there should be one more. Oh, over here, 46 billion shekels. Now, if I take a step back, guys, look at how big this is. It takes up 2 garden plots. This is huge. Now, there is another mutation we can get, guys. And it is a pretty crazy one, but it requires some trading. So our next step, I have to introduce the new character. He's spawning in right now. Now, guys, this is my Candy Blossom account. I am going to be trading my own character, my Kitsunes. Mega, the world's biggest. Let's go Radiant, Shocked, Inverted. Take this golden one. And we are also giving my alternate account the Mega Octopus as well. Because with this Kitsune here, I will show you guys what it does. Basically, every 20 minutes, the Kitsune will go to a different garden, steal a fruit, but also mutate it with the Chakra mutation and a rare chance of the Foxfire Chakra. With the Chakra mutation, that is a lot more likely, and it is 15 times the value. Also, guys, I am now on my alternate account. You will see here when the Kitsune... Okay, it's very, very messy to look at. So I'll step back a little bit. As you guys can see, the Mimic Octopus applied Chakra mutation to the Cherry Blossom, and it will bring me back also a Cherry Blossom as well. There it is. It's running back to us. Okay. As you guys can see, this is the Chakra mutation from the Cherry Blossom. We are now looking to apply this onto our Tranquil Blooms. This might take a little while. I will update you guys once it's done. In the meantime, all of this is happening as well, guys. I have the Corrupt Kitsune, which is the brand new Kitsune. We've got a rainbow and a normal version. And with these Kitsunes, every 10 minutes, there is a chance to mutate our fruit with a Corrupt Chakra and also a Corrupt Foxfire Chakra as well. The Corrupt Chakra is also a times 15 multiplier, and the Corrupt Foxfire Chakra is 90 times. As you guys can see, our first Tranquil Bloom just got the mutation. Oh, here we go. We just got it. The Corrupt Chakra, guys. That's our second one on the Tranquil Bloom. 86 billion shekels. This is going to take a little while. But when the mutations hit, it will be worth it. We just have to wait. Okay, guys. At the time of recording this video, I have seen something I haven't seen before. If you guys look at this Tranquil Bloom right here, there is Rainbow, Burnt, Shocked, Chalk, all of that. But towards the end, there is Harmonized Chakra. At the time of filming this video, this harmonized chakra isn't even on the wiki. Gathering information, I have found out that when you mix both the corrupt chakra and the normal chakra, it becomes harmonized chakra. Now, pretty much where we are standing right now, the Tranquil Bloom that has the most mutations would have to be this one here. It is worth at most 97 billion shekels, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mutations on it. Now, guys, there are no current admin events that are happening, so this is the best we can do. Now, I'm going to grab the biggest Tranquil Bloom here, which is this one here. Oh my god, the map just fully changed. Now, how big was our Tranquil Bloom? Holy moly! Oh, dude, I cannot even see how big this is. Oh my days, I can't even... I am on my second account, guys. I am going to try to trade this to myself so I can see the weight of it. What will it be? Oh, bro, we can't even see the weight here. The list of mutations is just too long. What? How are we going to do this? Oh, come on, man. So, we're going to have to put this in a calculator. What can give me the result of 100 billion with the mutations that we've got? Let's find out. Okay. So it was the Tranquil Bloom, and the mutations that we had were Rainbow, Burnt, we had Shock, Frozen, Shock, Disco, Zombified, Corrupt Chakra. It also had Verdant, Twisted, Paradisal, Tranquil, we had Sandy. Now, currently the value with the average size, which is 3.7 kilos, is 1.7 billion shekels. With my genius math skills, I have calculated it to 29 kilos in weight. Now, all of this is just with acquirable mutations. If we throw in like alien-like, void touched, galactic, infected, all of the admin events, it would be roughly around 450 billion shekels. And there we have it, guys. Going the biggest and rarest Tranquil Bloom in the game right now. I got as many mutations as possible, and we put it in the calculator. Hopefully, I calculated that correctly. Is it better than the Candy Blossom? Look, the Candy Blossom's up there, 6 trillion shekels. So, not quite. But it is still a beautiful plant, as you guys can see in my garden right there. And that's all I've got for today, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for making it till the end and letting me be a part of your day. I will catch you in the next video. Peace!
Here we go. So by now you've probably heard about some of the controversy surrounding the 2.0 update for 7 Days to Die. And it doesn't matter where you look, players are simply not happy. YouTubers are rightly calling out the fun pimps, and kudos to Jawoodle for having the courage to do so. The 7 Days subreddit is a never-ending flood of negative sentiment, and the official forums are the exact same way. Reviews for the game are at an all-time low, and player counts, they've barely surpassed the numbers that we saw after the Alpha 20 update in December 2021. So is 7 Days to Die dying? Well, maybe not yet. In response to the criticism, the developers have held their first ever town hall livestream to address the people's concerns and lay out their plan for how to turn things around. And today I'm going to recap what they said and what it means for the future of the game. But first, I want to get everyone up to speed on how we got here and how the 2.0 update is really just the tip of an iceberg of problems for 7 Days to Die. You see, the criticism for 7 Days really stems from 3 things, if you ask me. And first off, it's the removal of features over time, in particular survival-based features. And to be perfectly honest with you, I was going to make a video that went over all of these things and what they were, what they did, why they might have been removed, what they were replaced with, but let's just go through the list real quick here. They have removed the wellness system, learn by doing, temperature survival, including wetness, snow, radiation, and the hazmat suit, dynamic item quality and combining items for higher quality, zombie corpse loot and gore blocks, zombies smelling food in your inventory, building materials such as wet concrete, rebar frames, wood 2, flagstone, and stainless steel. Many zombies were removed, such as the cheerleader, football player, cowboy, and behemoth. And the funniest thing is that those were removed because they broke immersion, and then they went and added the frost claw and the plague spitter zombie. Forge molds, the blood draw kit, giant hornets and hornet nests, different meat types depending on which animal it was harvested from, and individual recipes for each one, biofuel, log spikes, and the table saw, which was merged from the workbench. The next big criticism for 7 Days is the constant reworking of existing systems or replacement of existing systems. We have a progressive enhancement to zombie AI to target exploits such as targeting supports in tower bases or digging holes to get to underground bases.
We like to support as much play styles and freedom as possible, keeping the sand in the sandbox. However, sometimes we need to change or limit some features so the majority of the play styles are not hindered by supporting that particular play style, or there's an exploit like, oh, I don't like it when zombies dig underground. Well, we don't like exploits in our survival game, so we're going to close loopholes like that.
Farming has been reworked a couple of times, not just in planting and seed harvest, but also the removal of the iron hoe and tilled soil. Of course, there's water with the removal of empty jars and the addition of the dew collector. POIs are constantly being reworked, and I just want to say real quick, POIs, I have no problem with the direction that POIs are going in. I just mean to highlight the fact that there used to be non-linear POIs where you would just go in and explore yourself, to now the new standard is a linearized POI where there's a specific pathway that in many cases you have to follow, or else you won't find all of the zombies, or all of the zombies won't spawn in and you might fail your quest that way. Character creation has been reworked from full customization now to pre-made characters. The clothing system's been reworked from an 8-part dyeable system to a 4-part system. Vehicle crafting used to be part by part, and now it's just a one-click craft. Loot gets reworked with almost every single update. It's now very flat and linear with really no element of luck to it. Weapon crafting used to be multi-part, like you'd have shotgun receiver, shotgun barrel, shotgun stock, and now it's just a single part. And then there was like the blunderbuss rework, which was basically transitioned into a full set of pipe weapons. And you know what? Despite all of the reworks, all of the nerfs, all of the changes, all of the balancing efforts, I personally feel like the game has never felt so imbalanced and broken in my entire stretch of playing the game. And I would say the third major criticism is essentially the lack of new end game specific content. Don't get me wrong, a lot of things have been added over the last several updates, but I looked back at the Alpha 19, 20, 21, and 1.0 patch notes, and I was surprised to see that a lot of the new content was actually just reworked or replaced old content. And the theme here is that they're simplifying the game. Sure, there could be technical challenges to some of these systems, and so they were removed, or maybe some of them were just placeholders and had to be replaced eventually, and others might have had a performance impact that they couldn't solve. But by and large, I believe that the dumbing down of 7 Days to Die was to make it more appealing and accessible to new players. You see, 7 Days to Die is one of those rare games that's not only been relevant, but it's been increasing in popularity over its lifespan. It's getting better and better. More and more people are playing it. More and more people are buying the game. And that presents a bit of a unique challenge for a development team. How do they continue to make their game relevant and accessible and popular as the years go by?
TFP has big debates over designs that we think are very important to everyone, the team, the players, and our goal is always to try to do what's best for the game. If something turns out bad, we'll fix it, and we know that some changes have been met with skepticism, yet each alpha exceeds the concurrent player peak and daily active users of the last alpha, which to me is a good indicator that we're on the right track.
But they also have an overarching business plan that's probably influencing some of these decisions. And in my opinion, that plan has been to make the game more beginner friendly and more accessible to new players. And what that's meant over the years is a constant deterioration of complexity in favor of a more streamlined experience. They're basically trading the grit that 7 Days to Die used to have for the glow that 7 Days to Die currently has. But then finally the 2.0 update came out, and it finally dawned on me. I realized that 7 Days to Die is not the survival sandbox game that it used to be. And I don't know what it is or what to call it now, like what genre of game this is now, but honestly, this is not the same game that I started playing back in Alpha 19, and I'm not particularly excited for the 3.0 update with bandits or the 4.0 update with story mode, given how things have been going. That is, unless the developers can turn things around, put the sand back in the sandbox, and get rid of this goofy, gamified progression treadmill that the game has become. So, with all that said, let's dive into the developer town hall and see what the devs have to say. All right, the town hall just concluded. It's now very late at night, so I'm being a little bit more quiet, but yeah, it went really well. They said all the right things. I think that they are going to turn things around after all. They're going to bring back immersion, sandbox elements, new game options, And they're going to make some changes to the Plague Spitter, the Frostclaw, to the Storms, to the Smoothies, all of the things that we've been complaining about the 2.0 update. It looks like they've heard us. So what I'll end up doing is I'll play a little soundbite from the devs, and since this is a recap, I'll paraphrase afterward.
We want to thank you all for all the feedback that you've been giving us. And, you know, we wanted to let y'all know that we're listening. The team has been reading feedback from Reddit, forums, social media, influencers, and singled out a number of topics that we think we could do better on. You know, 2.0, we tried a few new things, and some of it went well, some of it could be better. And to that end, you know, we're going to get into some details in the stream.
The first topic that came up was the biome loot stage caps and how they are being removed.
After listening to the community and examining the system, you know, we agreed this is not needed and removed it for the next patch.
And they also talked about why that was implemented in the first place, and basically they hinted toward the story mode, about having to kind of guide a player along the story path, and part of the way that they wanted to do that was to force the players to move from one biome to the next, but they kind of recognized that that really wasn't needed. There's already incentive with a biome loot stage bonus for players to travel from one biome to the next. Next up, they talked about the biome challenges.
The biome challenges are going to be changed so that the biomes can be unlocked in any order to promote sandbox gameplay. So you can go straight to the wasteland and go and do that challenge first if that's something you feel like doing.
Next up, they talked about biome progression and badges.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. So we're going to do away with the badges. Badges are going to be changed to various survival kits to have a more immersive theme, and they will include different themes of personal protective equipment. You know, smoke survival kit for the burnt forest. You're going to have a firefighter respirator.
The last stage of the challenge would allow you to craft the item, and it would also allow you to craft one for your friend who joins, so that he wouldn't have to go through the biome immunity challenge himself if he didn't want to.
In the desert, you'll craft a heat survival kit. You know, it'll look like something like a bandana and a hat and sunglasses, and that'll negate the ambient heat hazard found throughout the desert biome. And then the player model will not show any of these items, but you'll have an icon and the description of it, and it'll be an object that you craft.
Next up, we're going to talk about these stupid smoothies and their plans to fix this.
The burnt smoothie will now become a black lung serum. It's going to use the injectable animation that we have. It's really cool. So you will inject this. The Oasis smoothie is going to be called Sunstroke Tonic. Frostbite smoothie is now going to be Scorcher Stew. And the Atomic smoothie is going to be called Fallout Flush.
Next up, they're going to talk about how they're going to change storms to make them less of like a player timeout and something that's maybe a little bit more possibly rewarding, risk-reward, we'll say.
Biome Storm is going to have 2 stages. Stage 1 will have a unique debuff per biome. So in the burnt forest would be smoke inhalation, desert would be sunstroke, snow would be frostbite, and the wasteland would give you radiation sickness. All the stage 1 debuffs recover over time when you're sheltered.
So 2 different levels of storms, mild then severe. The mild version of the storm will give you a biome-specific debuff, so that's like radiation poisoning and sunstroke and frostbite and stuff like that. They also went on to say that, for example, if you're in the snow biome and you're cold, if you stand next to a campfire or have a torch out, you'll warm up, or if you go into the water, you'll get too cold and you'll become hypothermic more quickly. They also said that the storms would be a shorter duration overall, there would be less damage over time, and